Good morning, my friends. Today, it's a nice snowy day. Nice big fat snowflakes falling from the sky very slowly. It's a nice, beautiful sort of Christmas image going on right now. I have to say, I'm pretty tired this morning. I woke up a lot earlier than I wanted to. I woke up at around 7:30. Despite going to bed at, I think, around 2, I fell asleep. So I'm a little bit tired right now, but everything's okay. I've gotten up and I'm ready. So today I'm going to be talking a little bit more about music, and this is the concept of the pop star. Everyone knows what a pop star is, so I don't really need to explain that. So we have this phenomenon of pop singers that have been propping up very quickly recently. And, obviously pop stars have existed, throughout all of history. But nowadays it's becoming, it's like cheaper than what I remember it almost. Maybe it's not. Maybe it just, when I was younger, it just didn't, it felt a lot longer these pop stars hung around. But right now it feels like it's very, very short-lived. Like, these new pop stars coming out are so disposable. It's like, it's laughable almost. Like I remember, like, in the 2000s, like, we had like disposable artists that would come in and like they would last maybe like 3 or 4 years maybe before they became useless. I mean, Justin Bieber should have been one of those disposable pop stars, but he's stuck around for a long time, and I'm actually very impressed, and I don't really know why. I think one of the main reasons why he stuck around was just because he had so many people hating him that it just created this counter force of just people who were like obsessed with him, and they just like attached themselves to his image until now. It's been like 10 years and he's still around. And like the Jonas Brothers, they're still doing shit. Justin Timberlake's kind of like fell off a little bit. But we have these newer pop stars that are coming out, and they're already old news. Like, they're not really that big anymore. Like, we have like Lil Yachty, which used to be like huge like a year ago. Like, I remember summer of 2017, he was just everywhere I could see. He was just like all over the place. It was like annoying me because I kept like hearing about him and hearing about his beef with Joe Budden, which was actually quite amusing. And then, he's not really as relevant anymore. I mean, he's still famous, obviously. These people don't really like go off the deep end immediately. They sort of trickle down. And I noticed that they're just sort of trickling down. He releases a new album, and like, it's like, yeah, it existed, and that was good, whatever. So to me, like, the pop star is kind of like, I don't know what to think about it. It's very weird about how it even works. I bet, like, the shelf life of these pop stars is hard to gauge. It's like, we don't know whether they're going to be around for like 6 months or they're going to be here just for decades. And I think, like Justin Bieber is one of those examples. I don't think he's that special in any regard, but he's definitely stuck around, which I have to give him credit for. He's definitely managed to remain relevant somehow. I think that's just because of his personality. He's definitely eccentric in a way. It's sort of like easy to make fun of him. And it's the same thing with Drake, for instance. Drake has a very meme presence currently. And I think he's still slowly starting to fade away. He sort of peaked at like, what was it, like 2014, 2015 was when he sort of like peaked, and he's still sort of like, he's sort of leveled off since then. He hasn't really like increased in popularity. He hasn't really decreased that much. Maybe decreased a little bit. And it just makes me think about what these pop stars, I like to study them, not really as a means of like actually enjoying them or hating them. I'm just kind of like observing these people, wondering where they're actually like what's their deal, because it's to me it's very weird. Like, people like to think about other people that are weird. Like, they look at Grimes and they say, "Oh, she's weird." Something like Vaporwave is weird. I'm weird. to me that's not weird. Those people are normal, right? Because it's like they're expressing themselves in a true fashion. Pop stars to me are weird. It's like they're not even really people. They're like these like caricatures of like what musicians are supposed to be. To me, they're kind of weird. Like they're also just kind of annoying. Like that, and that's just a personal thing. Like I just find like they're annoying. Like you have like Ariana Grande, who's really big right now. You have Billie Eilish, who's like starting to come up, really popular. I've never even heard of her before, but I see her everywhere. And like their music's not even that bad. Like I find it's enjoyable. It's just the way they talk is like really annoying. Like they're really like putting up this front of like, oh yeah, like girl gangster. Same thing with Bad Bobby. It's like I don't like want to like actively hate on these people because they're still people. They don't deserve to be hated on. I just find it's kind of weird that there's this like I don't know, faux gangster aesthetic going on. It's like soft gangster rap, you know what I mean? It's like you have gangster rap from like the 90s, 2000s, and it's like, all right, it's real. This is where people come from. It's like a representation. This is sort of like this weird next step, this like cultural appropriation thing. And I mentioned that I don't think cultural or hating on cultural appropriation is right. I think in this case, I don't say to hate it. Definitely, you can regard it as kind of stupid if you want to. This weird like Lil Xan is another one. Lil Xan I really don't like because he's actually promoting drug culture, and it's just kind of very low level energy. And 6ix9ine, whatever his name, I don't know how do you pronounce his name. Is it just 6ix9ine? It's like there's a six and then the word six. So do you say it twice, like 6699, or do you just say 6ix9ine? I don't know. Overall, though, these new pop stars that are coming out, they just seem like it just seems like the music industry is like getting so lazy. Like even the artwork, I'm looking at it, it's just like it's minimalist, but like in a lazy way. Like it's not minimalist in the sense like, oh, like this is tasteful. It's just like minimalist. Like, okay, it took you like 5 minutes to do this artwork, kind of minimalist. You got into the studio and took a picture against a white background or a yellow background. That seems to be like a new thing now. It's like these pop stars taking a picture of themselves in front of like a blank canvas and then just the title in like bold Helvetica, all caps. It seems to be the new wave of graphic design. I'm like looking at Spotify and I'm looking at Billie Eilish's thing. I think one of the main reasons why she's like so popular is just because she's very attractive, obviously. And I listen to some of her music; it's pretty good. So I don't have a problem with that. The main thing I have a problem with is that she does like the Lil Xan fake gangster talk, which is just kind of annoying to me. I don't hate it necessarily. It just seems kind of like stupid. Like it just doesn't seem genuine, right? It doesn't seem like a genuine way to talk. And yeah, I'm like looking at the art, and it's all singles. Like she hasn't released an album since last year. All 2018 is just all singles, and I guess that's like the new wave. No more albums, which I guess is fine. Nobody really listens to albums that much anymore. It's all about singles. But yeah, it's just interesting to see where the music industry is going. It just seems like it's yeah, I don't know. It doesn't seem like there's like a force in the music industry, like these big producers that are really looking for something, you know what I mean? It seems like they're just sort of like they're taking pretty good artists and they'll put them out there. It seems kind of random, like the people that get picked for this stuff is kind of random. Like it doesn't feel like they're finding genuine talent anymore. Maybe that's just it's how it's always kind of been. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to think about it. Pop stars are just weird to me. I can't relate. I can't like fit into that mindset. It's definitely a different headspace to like identify with pop stars. I don't understand people who sort of relate to them. I don't really have any negative feelings towards them. It's just kind of like maybe when I was younger, I used to have very negative feelings towards pop stars just because I was young and I listened to different kinds of music and I was special. But no, now I just sort of observe, and it's interesting. I almost pity these artists because I know that they're not going to last long. This is their sort of peak in life, and they think that they've got it all figured out. And it's sad to see because they're probably going to blow all their money on something stupid, and then they'll not be famous anymore. They'll grow old. Once they hit like 30, they might not be doing anything. Billie Eilish, though, I think she might have some good talent, so she might stick around for a while. 6ix9ine is just, his career's done. Lil Xan, he's on a one-way ticket to personal hell. And I'm not saying that as to hate on him. I don't have any feelings really towards him of animosity, but he's sort of digging himself an early grave with his with his rhetoric, with his narrative that he's pushing out, and also just his general attitude on life. He's definitely, I can see, if I was a teacher at his school in high school, I would definitely say oh, this kid has a bad attitude. So he's definitely one of those people. Anyway, that's all I have to really say about that. Not much else to go on other than that. Pop stars are really confusing to me. But yeah, that's all for today, and I hope you have a wonderful day.